Hi, I'm Charles Marsala, your host of Awesome Wildlife Effort, a show put together to draw attention towards saving vanishing species and reducing dead zones in our waterways. In the first half of our show, we'll meet an organization in New Orleans making an awesome wildlife effort by using Mardi Gras and art to educate individuals on how to save vanishing species. Welcome back to Awesome Wildlife Effort. My guests for this segment are Vincent Trombatore and Teryl Flettrich, the founders of the Krewe. Welcome. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Charles.
So actually, for those outside New Orleans, what is a crew?
Well, a crew is a group of individuals organized during carnival season to revel and parade through the city celebrating carnival here for Mardi Gras. We decided to name the organization Krewe because we wanted to use and utilize Louisiana culture and artists and art to bring awareness to species conservation.
Perfect. So if I'm outside Louisiana, can I come down to New Orleans and be part of this?
Absolutely. Anyone from anywhere in the world can join our crew and can jump on the bandwagon to bring species conservation awareness to the rest of the country, or even right here in New Orleans.
So what did you do during Mardi Gras? What would I experience if I came in?
Well, during Mardi Gras, we had several events that you could join. We paraded as a unit in tux. We rode bikes through the parade, waving our flags and throwing some beads, enjoying the carnival. And we also had the ability to go to the Bacchus Ball, which was held on Saturday night.
So tell me a little bit more about these bikes, because I think some people outside New Orleans might think Mardi Gras is Bourbon Street, but you guys rode bikes down the uptown, or what were these bikes looking like? Or
well, the bikes were actually in the shape of many of the animals that we are trying to bring awareness to for conservation efforts. We had an elephant, we had an eagle, and several different other animals as well. We rode them around throughout the parade route, which goes down St. Charles Avenue, if you're familiar with it, and ends up in, I believe, ends up in Convention Center.
Oh, perfect. And now, when you do this, Teryl, is there a purpose for doing this as far as the Mardi Gras and Krewe? How does that tie in?
It's just one of the events that we produce. And what we did, when we formed the Krewe, is several of us locals came together basically because we were responding to the alarming statistics of what was happening to elephants, rhinos, and particularly big cats. And we also realized that without intervention, in all likelihood, these animals will be extinct within our lifetime.
Wow. And
just to give you a couple of little understandings of that, at the turn of the century, there were several million elephants. But today, they're less than 500,000, which is a 95% decline in population.
In 1 century?
In 1 century. And the poaching has certainly escalated. The poaching of rhinos in 2007 were only 13, and in 2014 it was 1,215, which is 9,300% increase. So there's dramatic escalation.
So there's no stopping. It just didn't decline by 95% and level out. It declined and keeps going.
It's continuing to decline, and the only thing that that's a big problem. There's many issues related to this problem, but one of the things that is happening to help turn the tide is there are amazing people out there that run sanctuaries, that rescue, care for, and take care of the orphans that are caused by these killings. And the intent is, as many as possible, to return them back to the wild to live a normal life.
Okay. So I understand you got a great shirt here that you guys designed, and Mardi Gras is part of having a crest. So tell me about your crest.
Well, the crest was designed as a memoriam to Satao, who's was an iconic Kenyan tusker. And if you don't know what a tusker is, they are amazing in that their tusks grow so long they touch the ground.
What is that, 4 feet, 5? Is it?
Probably much more than that, because he was a very, very large elephant, and he was 50 years old. And unfortunately, we lost him this year to poaching. So we dedicated the parade, Krewe dedicated this year's parade to Satao.
Perfect. Now, I understand with that level there that there are some orphanages because of the poaching from the mothers being poached? Or?
Yeah, the unfortunate casualty, of course, of the poaching are there are many orphaned wildlife that are left to fend for themselves. And without these amazing sanctuaries out there that actually rescue them, take care of them, and actually bring them to the integration back into the wild, if that were to happen, then the population would be even more decimated.
So I understand you have a lot of programs in place, from the adoption to artists. Tell me a little bit about your adoption program.
Well, we do a variety of things throughout the year to both educate, so we do educational programs and social events to help bring awareness. We've done things at galleries with artists. We have several artists that have come on board to help us with the cause. We have an amazing prominent sculptor who is working on a very large, soon-to-be-revealed sculpture to help bring...
We'll pay attention.
Please pay attention, because it is in the works and it's going to be fantastic. We have a coloring book that's been designed, and some local restaurants are using it. And this is a way for the young children to become informed at their level.
Is this calendar, do you have an agenda with that, or what's
Well,
the
the
calendar?
calendar is going to show you several of the animals we have adopted, and throughout the calendar are major dates related to species conservation activities or events throughout
World
the
Elephant
world.
Day.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, Vincent, you guys are also doing local efforts. So the coast, Louisiana coast, everybody's been hearing it's eroding. There's some fishing industries, like Louisiana supplies a 20% or a large percentage of the country's fish.
That's correct. Actually, Louisiana provides about 25% of the country's fish and seafood year-round, and those fisheries are being put in danger. Not only the fisheries being put in danger, also Louisiana coastline is being put in danger. We lose about an acre a day, or about a football field a day, which equals to about 25 square miles of Louisiana coastline every year. So we've donated, and we are partnering up with some local organizations to help bring awareness to coastal erosion and the loss of coastal species as well.
And I understand that you grew up along the coast in Lafayette, or?
Yes, I grew up in between Lafayette and New Iberia, in the New Iberia area, and it was probably about 15 miles from the bay, Iberia Bay. So everywhere around there's fishing. Delcombe, Louisiana has a shrimp festival every year, and so fishing and wildlife is a big part of southern Louisiana culture.
You know, is there stuff that other, like the Everglades or California, realize just had to deal with their waters as well? So is what you're learning here in the alligator, there's some best practices from Louisiana to share?
Actually, yes. Louisiana had a very declining alligator population, as well as a pelican population in the 60s and 70s. And luckily have brought back those populations through some different techniques and programs. DDT was actually the pelican's downfall in the 60s, and that's been cut out nationally. The alligator restoration program is taken off, and we've brought back the wild alligator populations in Louisiana.
Now, Teryl, I understand you guys just had a celebration, though, of some sorts?
We did. We had adopted a baby giraffe from the Global Wildlife Center on the North Shore, and she just turned 1. Her name is Sky. So we had an amazing birthday celebration for her. We had all the local children join us. We took a tour of the Global Wildlife Center, which is, of course, an educational experience, and then came back and celebrated with, giraffe gyros and birthday cake. And
Wonderful. So if someone wants more information about the Crew of Awe, what would they do?
well, you can always go to crewofawe.org, and just about everything you'd like to know that's going on can be found there. And certainly you can donate, and we'd love to have you participate in any of our events.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank both of you for being on our show today, and clearly you're making an awesome wildlife effort to save a lot of species and educate a lot of people. So, Teryl, thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you so much. And we'll be right back with another segment on awesome wildlife effort. Thank you. Subscribe to Awe News. We've interviewed numerous people, artists, legislators, people operating sanctuaries, activists who are working hard to save vanishing species. Get involved.